Good morning, everybody. It's Tonetta coming to you, I hope, with a quick video this morning. I just wanted to give you all a little bit about what's happening with me, what's going on, and what my plans are at this time. Some of you will know, of course, or a lot of you were part of my journey last year as far as what I was going through, posting, and all those kind of things as well. But lately, of course, I've been a lot more mellow, I guess I can say that, and just dealing with some things on the home front as far as distractions and that kind of thing, or at least what I felt were distractions. I had to write some of this down so I wouldn't forget y'all, because y'all know sometimes I get off topic and talk about everything else, but I kind of want to keep it on topic as much as I can. And good morning, Jackie. Thank you for tuning in. But like I said, as far as distractions, I know some distractions that can, of course, propel us forward, and some, of course, are very interesting learning lessons. I guess I'd say that, because I've had both actually. My whole life I've had both, but the last year or so I've had a lot more learning. Lessons learned than I care to even talk about right now. But and good morning, Cassie. Thank you for watching as well. And I just wanted to say what is this, February? So I guess the last 2 to 3 months, of course, I've been dealing with a lot of issues. I haven't really talked about a lot of things, I don't believe, that I know of on any of my lives as far as what's been going on as far as the home front, that kind of thing. But I definitely will. I will say that going through all the things that I went through last year, learning how to love myself and knowing what my self-worth is now, that I have had to make or am making a lot of adjustments as far as transitionings, moving on, that kind of thing. I know I talked a little bit about that last year as well, because I kept saying I was losing stuff, and everything's going on in my life, that kind of thing. But I'm learning now that, well, people told me that back then, but I had to learn that on my own, that all those things that I lost, or that I thought that I lost, or that transition out of my life, whether that be the business that I closed last year, a few people, of course, there's still more people, I guess I put it that way, some that I really haven't, well, I talk to at times, but it just depends on what's going on, because one person, I know that person, I will not be keeping that person as a friend any longer, I guess I put it that way. But as far as my home life, of course, like I said, there's more transitions that will be happening as well. And yes, they had, of course, distracted me from different things that I was trying to do, wanting to do, and trying to create. I guess I put it that way. At least that's what I told myself. I guess I'd say that. And as of this morning, as of last week, actually, I'm realizing that all those things that I said was a distraction was just another excuse for me not to propel myself forward in different areas. I guess I'd say that. So I kind of wanted to bring a little of those things to you, what I'm looking at doing. Actually, I'm already doing some of them already, but what I'm looking at bringing to the table and that kind of thing in my next journey, or the next part of my life. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I had. I'm trying to make this quick. Let me see. I think did talk a little about last year, self-discovery, to find me, because I know a lot of people want to call it an awakening, whatever you want to call it. It still was a whole year that I took time to find out who I am, my self-worth, and figure out what I wanted to do in my life. I guess I'd say that. And thank you, Amit, for tuning in as well, and what I want to do in my life. And I know that everything that I did last year and continue to do, it's putting myself first. I know I've done that in the past a little bit, but I wasn't doing it to this extent. I was always worried about everybody else, how they're going to feel about this, and whether I should tell this person this is going to make them mad, or they're going to leave, or what. At this point, I honestly do not care at this point. My main thing is making sure that I'm living who I feel that I should be living, and speaking my truth the best way that I know how, whether nobody else agrees with it or not. That's the part, I guess the point that I'm at right now. I guess I'd say that. And I know that a lot of that will bring about, like I said before, different transitions in and out of my life. And I mean that I'm stopping talking to maybe one, but anybody, that kind of thing. But as far as, I'm the kind of person who will still speak to you, whether we're not friends anymore, whether you call me bees or don't like me, I don't care what the case is. I'm still going to say hello, how you doing, and keep it pushing whether you speak back or not. That's just me. I've always been that way. So like I said, I know that all the things that I've learned these past 42 years, I'm 42 years old now, almost a half actually, but 42 years old now. Like I said, was for me to help me learn myself, and to learn my skills and that kind of thing. And everything that I've learned, I can say, like I said, in these 42 years, of course, well, in the last year, I won't say that because y'all don't know me for the whole 42, but I'll just speak on the last year when I started doing videos and started posting a lot about my journey, what's going on with me, how I was feeling, all those kind of things. Yes, it was mainly for me, of course, because I was trying to heal myself and trying to push myself forward and trying to help myself get out of whatever I was in. I guess I'd say that. And like I said, learning to love myself was the main thing. And learning my self-worth was the second main thing. I guess I'd say that. And learning how to live in my truth was the third. So like I said, all those things that I've learned, they were to, of course, heal myself first. Yes, I know some of you all may have commented. Of course, it helped you. You resonated with, and that's fine. And I love that. But it was the main thing was for me to heal myself. And now I'm at the point that I want to, of course, continue on with the healing, of course, myself. But I guess putting that into more of a business, I guess I'd say that. Because I know a lot of you, well, hopefully some of you have read my profile. I don't know if you have or not, but it seems like a lot of people haven't. So I guess I'll go over it a little bit. But because I'm always asked, what do you do? What kind of work do you do? That kind of thing. But I am by degree a social worker, actually. I've been a social worker, what is this, 2019? I guess for 20 years, almost 21 years, as I think about it now, actually. So when I graduated college, well, actually, no, it's 20 years. It'll be 20 years in May. Because that's when I graduated college at SLU back in May 1999. Wrong years. But as far as, like I said, I'm a social worker. I worked in all kind of fields or different kind of areas, I'd say. I've done some work with the juvenile court, in the children's division here in St. Louis, Missouri, working with those who were abused and neglected. It was mainly children back then, and their families, trying to, of course, transition them back home, or whether they were going the path of adoption or reunited with their family, that kind of thing, or what is it called, kinship placements, that kind of thing. So I have a lot of experience with that as far as investigating hotlines as well. Like I said, testifying at court, knowing how to put together the court documents. So now I can do those things on my own. I know how to do it now, actually, writing all kind of documents and stuff as well. So that I know how to do now. And as far as other work I've done, I work with all kind of, mainly it's been with families, actually, as I think about it. But one of the other jobs I had was working at a transitional housing program for teenage mothers and their children. Well, some of them were a little bit older, but teenage mothers and their children. I was the case manager there. I case managed actually the entire time I've been a social worker, actually, or most of the time, because I did some events for about 8-9 years as well, planning events, meetings, job fairs, all kind of things, career fairs and all those kind of things as well. But like I said, it's mostly been case management. That's where all my experiences come from. I'm not going to get into all of it because I'll get into some of it later in some of the other videos I have, I'm sure. But like I said, that's kind of my background. I've always worked with people. I know people very well. I learn patterns very well with people. No matter if I just talk to you that day, I know some of your patterns already. I, for some reason, have always known that. I'm not sure why, and that's what I've always liked for some reason. Getting a little bit off topic, but as far as like learning patterns with people, patterns of behavior and patterns of why they do different things, I put it that way, that has always been an interest to me. So like I said before, I'm looking into, and I may have talked about this. I know I have. What is this, 2019? I went to a conference back in November, either October or November 2017, actually. I believe that's when it was. And I met some interesting people at that conference. I had a very fabulous day at that conference, actually. And they had several coaches that were talking, and one in particular, I cannot think of his name right now, but he was having us create like on the spot videos to ourselves and like voice messages to ourselves about what our plans were, what we wanted to do with our life and where we want to, I guess, to head towards. In the video, actually, I did like a voice video thing. And what I put in that video was that I wanted to be a coach, actually. And, since that time, I actually did research a little bit, not a little bit, but a lot, that kind of thing as far as what a coach is. And I came to find out, of course, it's been the same thing I've been doing in social work, actually, the exact same thing, actually. It may have different concepts or different strategies that you're following, but it's actually the same exact thing that I have been doing. I had no idea, actually, but I know that now. So like I said, that's when I'm looking at all the stuff that I've healed within myself from a child on up, actually, to now. I'm looking at bringing that to whoever my clients would be. I kind of have decided that, well, I have it all written down. I put it that way. I'll be speaking with my coach, hopefully sometime this week, actually, I guess, to go ahead and get things ironed out, and so I can go ahead and officially get started. So, but like I said, I am looking at putting all my skills and everything, the healing, everything that I've been through into transformational coaching, just to let you all know. And of course, that'll come with some speaking and that kind of thing as well. I know that already, because that's what I plan to do as well. I've always planned that. Been wanting to speak for a long time. For a while, I did not. Well, my first speech would have been back in, I think, 7th or 8th grade, because I was always a person who advocated for myself, everybody else too. And I know because I was being, what is it called? What is that program? Whatever it's called, when you're taking the kids like from like the city area out to like the county schools. I've always been like a county school, more affluent school than the neighborhoods I grew up in. because there were nothing like that, of course. But I always call it the desegregation program. Back in the 7th or 8th grade, we had a lot of teachers, of course, who didn't look like me, who were mostly Caucasian, who were all the kids that I guess like the black children from the city. It seems like they were always, when we're talking loud or when we're playing loud or something like that, somebody's fighting or they're all anxious and just didn't understand what was going on. I guess I put it that way. Wasn't understanding that a lot of the kids that were coming from the city and places I came from as well had to take care of their families, whether they were 7th or 8th grade or not. They were raising little brothers and sisters, having to get home to cook and to clean and that kind of thing because their parents were either hopefully at work or doing those kind of things. But in some cases, like mine, they weren't. At times, they were working, but there was drugs, alcohol, domestic violence, all those kind of things involved. And like I said, those were kind of things a lot of the kids that were coming to that school, Parkway School District actually, were experiencing, including myself. And like I said, my first speech was with me and a friend of mine, because I asked her whether she wanted to assist me, was to gather all the teachers up, which keep actually all the staff, the teachers, counselors. I had to get permission from the principal to do this, but just have like a 30 minutes, or I think it was almost like an hour, like during our lunch, that kind of thing, just a session to talk to all the staff, as much staff as we can get in there at that time. And we had about 50, 60, I think, staff, a whole lot of staff, actually. And I was very nervous, but that's okay. I still got out whatever I wanted to say as far as them knowing what our children are facing, or what the kids myself and the other students were facing when they were, of course, going home, and the kind of things we had to deal with. And it wasn't just going home and doing our homework most days and being able to go outside and play and have a good time. No, we had to raise a family as well. Some of us did as well, or take care of whatever's going on in the household. And that's not easy. Or dealing with issues that were maybe domestic violence and drug issues in the household, that you couldn't focus on everything that you need to focus on. And yes, some kids came to school sleeping in school, that kind of thing, because they were tired. I mean, we were trying to talk. I wanted to make sure that they knew all those things. And of course, after we had that speech with the teachers, it did seem that they kind of understood where things were going, what was going on, and where the kids were coming from a little bit better. I guess I'd say that, considering a lot of them had not grown up in those kind of environments before, or dealt with people from those kind of environments before. But like I said, that was my first ever speech I actually did in front of anybody like that. Was like, I think I was, like I said, 7th, 8th grade. I know I was in middle school, 7th or 8th grade. And I wanted to speak to the teachers and the staff to let them know what kind of kids they were having in their classrooms, and why they may have been having some of these issues and those kind of things. Thank you, Austin, for watching as well. And like I said, speaking is one of the things that I do want to do inside my business as well. And some of you all may, from the post I write a whole page of a post actually almost every day, it seemed, or well, it was every day for one point at one time. But I've always loved to write. And some of you may know, a few of you may know, I don't think I ever actually talked about it, but on a few lives I did. But just to let you all know, I am writing an adult erotica book, actually. It's actually my first book, and I call it my fun book, because I want to put myself to the test to see if I can actually write this book. And I'm doing the entire book, actually. I'm handwriting it, of course, my ideas, and like chapter per chapter, scene per scene, that kind of thing. And now I'm actually in the process of typing it up. So just to let you all know, I will need somebody to help me edit this book once I'm done with it. It may not be long, of course, like 100, 400 pages or that kind of thing at all, but it will include, of course, my writing and my thoughts about romance. And it's actually based on a cruise, actually, like a couple that's getting together or that meets and that kind of thing. So like I said, I will tell you all more about it once I get closer to releasing it and that kind of thing, getting it finished for one, too. So, and another thing, as far as, like I said, I do want to do the coaching, and that's what I plan to do, the transformational coaching, speaking and writing. And I know some of you all may see a post coming up about the creative and the musician. I cannot talk this morning, Lord Jesus. But that is actually a relationship blog that I created maybe like 2 years ago. And I'm just now getting it started back up. And actually one of the people that's actually starting it with me and assisting me with the page, Austin, he's on here as well. But like I said, that's one thing I've always wanted to do. I've actually always wanted to like educate people about relationships and sex and love and that kind of thing since I was younger, maybe like in my 20s. So, but like I said, this is more of an extension of, I guess, another fun thing that I kind of wanted to do and wanted to bring out, and just wanted to give people different perspectives on different ways that relationships can go, love and sex. And I know we sometimes get stuck in the same mind frame that it's just a man and woman. You have 1 kid, 2 kids, you stay in the house. We have all kind of relationships. Oh, hey, Angela, good morning. I'm sorry, let me speak to you. Good morning. And like I said, we have all kind of relationships out there, whether it's homosexual or family staying in the same household, divorced or new marriage, whichever the case may be. We all have different relationships, different love and different sex. It's not the same, just the same common, whatever the norm is, everybody is saying. So like I said, I started that blog back up again last month. And thanks to Austin, like I said, he's been a very, very big help to that blog as well. Like I said, those are some of the things that I'm doing at this time. And that I just want to, I guess, talk to y'all about, let y'all know what's going on, because you all will be seeing all these things. And the last thing, because I'm going to have to get off here, is I have to go get some lunch this morning. But the last thing I want to talk to you all about was every Sunday morning. I haven't decided whether it's going to be 10 or 11 o'clock or not yet, but whatever it is, it's going to be Sunday morning. I'll be starting this coming Sunday. I don't know what the date is. I don't know what today is. I think it's the 4th. I don't know what I know it's Monday today, but I guess in 6 more days, I'll be officially starting my new, which I don't have a name for it, but it'll be Tonetta's TV channel. That's the only thing I can say, or live shows, whatever you want to call it. But it will be every Sunday from now on. Like I said, it will be Sunday morning. I just don't have a title for it. If anybody wants to throw me some titles out, please do so. But I will be talking about different things, whether it's different things that we all go through, not just me, but I guess whether it's fear-based or those distractions that I was talking about earlier, or relationships or different things about business. I will be talking about all those kind of different things. And I do have, let me see, because I'm not sure how I'm going to do this yet, but I do have some interviews that I want to get started as well, as far as different people that I wanted to interview. And I've already have like a little concept about that kind of thing, but so I have to figure out who that's going to be first and that kind of thing. But like I said, I will definitely talk more about that at a later date, but I will definitely be having some people on the channel to be interviewing and that kind of thing as well. I'm not starting another page for that. It's going to be right here on this Tonetta page, my name page, I guess, the page that I'm doing it on right now. So like I said, be looking out for that. And the first video will be this Sunday morning, either at 10 or 11. I will post like a little a little advertisement for it later on this week. Oh my goodness, I cannot think this morning. I'll be posting something about it a little bit later on this week. But like I said, it will be starting officially this coming Sunday. So I hope that you all, whoever's on this video still, I don't know, let me see. I guess Jackie, Cassie, Stephanie, Alan, Lori, Amit, Austin, Angela, I hope you all can tune in on this Sunday. And of course, if you cannot, tell your friends about it. Once I post the post about the labs taking place, feel free to share as well. So like I said, with that, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I just wanted to give you all a little bit about what's going on with me, what's the latest happenings. So I know I was doing videos almost every day, actually, at one point last year, but I've kind of slacked off, and I'm kind of getting more in the groove about what I want to do and where I want to see things going and the projections, I guess I put it that way. So like I said, those are some of the things that I know I will be doing. And it's a lot of things, actually, but that's okay. But I know they all kind of intertwined, actually. So I know that already. All of it goes together in one, I guess, up under one big umbrella. I guess I'd say that. So, and I just want to thank you all again for tuning in, for those who are watching this morning. And Angela, you're right. I am doing it, actually, Angela. So I know I've been talking about this for a while, and some of the things I've talked to you about as well. So I definitely am. Like I said, I've already started the blog and that kind of thing. And this is with the labs and the show I'm going to be starting this Sunday. That'll help me more with my speech and speaking and getting my ideas together and stuff like that. So the writing I'm definitely are still doing. The book is just taking a little bit long, because I'm like, I had no idea that it took that much. I don't know what the word is. Lord, it just takes a lot, actually, to write a book. I had no idea, but I love the writing stuff like that, so I don't mind. But it's taking a little bit for me to make it flow and get the ideas together and go scene to scene, day to day, all that kind of stuff. But it's coming along, I guess I put it that way. So far, I think I have, I got like 2 notebooks actually full, and I'm still writing because I have not ended the story yet. So I still have 2 more days on this cruise, and I'm still writing on, I guess I'd say that. But I'm still, like I said, typing in the process. I think I'm on page like 30 something, I think, but I've typed up so far. So I couldn't type this morning because I'm doing this video, because I wanted to let you all know what was going on. But I'm trying to see if there's anything else. I think that's it. And I'm going to, like I said, thank you all again for tuning in. And when you all see my post about the new show starting on Sunday, please feel free to share with your tribe, with your family as well. And everybody have a great Monday. And it is Monday. It's the 4th, I think. But everybody have a great Monday. And thank you all for tuning in and listening to me this morning. And for those who catch the replay, do enjoy. If anybody has any questions or comments or anything, please feel free to post them down below. And if anybody, which I know I have some ideas already on the labs that I want to do, I mean, the interviews that I want to do, I put it that way, with a specific group of people. But if anybody else wants to be interviewed at some point later in the future, please let me know. And I will let you all know what the interviews will be about, because I know they won't just be, well, there'll be interesting topics, I guess I put it that way. Some things, like I said, that I am a controversial person as well for different things. And like I said, that's another reason why I was starting these lives. And the things I post, I know I've posted some controversial things at points as well. And I didn't want to make anybody argue or that kind of thing, but just trying to get everybody to think of a different perspective on things. I know we always seem to look at one way, just our experiences only, because I used to do that. Our experiences, and not wanting to look at the other options, the other perspectives that's out there. But there's a lot of perspectives to everything that you can think of. You can say, look at this pencil. There's like 50 perspectives that you're going to look at that pencil with. I know that's with love, that's with sex, that's with relationships, that's with spirituality and religion, that's with all those things, government included. Like I said, there's different ways to look at everything that you can think of. And that's kind of what I want to bring to the table as well with those lives, and as you all see with the posts that I've already been doing already. So like I said, with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this. And thank you, Angela. Thank you. And like I said, thank you all for watching this morning. And those who catch the replay, do enjoy. And if anybody has any questions or concerns, please, or want to be interviewed at a later date, please let me know. I definitely can add you to my calendar. So, and like I said, they'll be every Sunday morning, either at 10 or 11, but I will let you all know what time that will be later on this week. Everybody have a great Monday and take care.